Family, something powerful is about to unfold. September 28th, 2025 is not just another day on the calendar, it's the day of the final 999 portal, a cosmic alignment that marks the completion of an old cycle and the beginning of something entirely new. For the chosen ones, this portal is unlike anything we've seen before. 999 is the divine mirror of 666, the clash between light and darkness, between deception and truth. And on this day, the veil gets thinner, illusions start to crumble, and hidden truths will finally come to light. But here's the catch: this isn't just about the world. It's personal. 999 is about shedding old skins, breaking karmic ties, and stepping into your higher calling. It's the spiritual graduation, the moment when chosen ones receive their crown and cross over into a new timeline. This is the point of no return. Once the 999 portal closes, there's no going back. Some will rise into divine alignment, while others remain trapped in cycles of confusion. In this video, we're going to break down what 999 really means, why September 28th changes everything, and most importantly, what you, as a chosen one, must do to prepare for the shift. If you've been feeling the warfare, the betrayal, the isolation, it's not random. It's a sign that you're being refined for this moment. So before we dive in, I want you to do two things. Subscribe if you know you're walking this chosen path, and drop a comment with "I claim this shift" if you're ready to step into the new era. This is bigger than a date, it's destiny, and together, we're going to uncover why this 999 portal changes everything. Number 1. On September 28th, something extraordinary begins to stir. It's a date that might look like any other on the calendar, but for those who are tuned into the deeper currents of life, the spiritual undercurrents that shape our collective reality, this day carries a vibration unlike anything we've experienced before. We are talking about the mysterious 999 alignment, a moment that is far more than numbers or superstition. It's a cosmic checkpoint, a spiritual threshold, a sign that one chapter of humanity is closing and another is about to unfold. And for those who are awake, for the ones who can feel it, September 28th is not just a day, it's a calling. You see, the number 999 has always been shrouded in mystery. Across cultures and ages, numbers have been used not just to count, but to communicate divine messages. And 999, in particular, is a number that signals completion. It's the ending of a cycle, the final breath before a new beginning. Just as the seasons turn and the harvest comes before the frost, 999 tells us that something we've known, something deep, perhaps even hidden, has run its course. But this isn't an ending meant to leave us empty. This is an ending that prepares us for transformation. It's the last note of an old song, the moment of silence before a new melody begins. This year, however, the 999 alignment takes on an even greater significance. Unlike previous years, 2025 is not just another turn of the calendar. It's the culmination of a spiritual countdown, a divine clock that has been ticking for generations. Many have felt it in their bones, sensed it in their dreams, and seen it in the events unfolding all around us. This is the final 999 portal, the last great activation before what some are calling a global reset. It's not a reset in the political or financial sense, though those two are shaking. It's a reset in the very fabric of consciousness. This is a moment when heaven and earth meet in a way they haven't in a long, long time. For those who dismiss this as mere numerology, it's important to realize that numbers have always been the language of the divine. They are symbols of patterns, codes of creation itself. This isn't about fortune-telling or vague superstition. This is about recognizing a divine appointment in spiritual history, a moment so precise and so powerful that it acts like a cosmic gate. And those who are sensitive, those who have been feeling the tension building in their lives, may already know in their hearts that this is true. What's even more fascinating about 999 is how it stands as a mirror opposite of one of the most infamous numbers in spiritual tradition, 666, where 666 has been associated with deception, manipulation, and the shadow side of existence. 999 represents its reversal. It's light versus darkness, divine order standing against chaos, truth rising up against illusion. If 666 is the code of distortion, 999 is the code of alignment. It is heaven's answer to the darkness, a signal that what has been hidden is about to be revealed, and what has been twisted is about to be set straight. And in this clash of codes, the chosen ones, the people who have been feeling different all their lives, those who have been walking through betrayal, isolation, and trials, are being prepared for their role. For years, maybe decades, you felt the tug of something bigger. Maybe you couldn't explain why you felt like an outsider in your own family, why you experienced so many betrayals from people you trusted, why your life seemed harder than others. But what if those hardships were not punishments, but preparation? What if every sleepless night, every tear, every strange dream was part of an initiation leading to this moment? We are in the season where chosen ones are being equipped to resist deception and step fully into alignment with truth. This isn't just about surviving the chaos, it's about embodying a higher frequency, one that cannot be manipulated by the old systems. When the 999 portal opens, those who are ready will sense a shift. It may feel subtle at first, a sense of clarity, a sudden release of fear, an intuitive knowing that you're stepping into a new phase of your life. Others might experience more dramatic awakenings. But either way, this is the moment when everything that has been hidden in the shadows begins to rise into the light. Ancient prophecies have hinted at days like this. Across different traditions, biblical texts, mystical writings, and even indigenous teachings, there have been whispers of a time when the old age would end and a new one would be born. And here we are standing at the threshold. The date September 28th may be our generation's signal, a marker in spiritual time. In biblical language, harvest season is always tied to divine judgment and new beginnings. It's the moment when the fruits of what's been sown are gathered, when hidden truths are unveiled, when the wheat is separated from the chaff. Could it be that September 28th, with its 999 alignment, is a kind of spiritual harvest? A moment when the hidden becomes visible, when justice meets mercy, and when the next phase of human consciousness begins to unfold. If you've been paying attention, you've probably noticed how intense spiritual warfare has become lately. People are reporting more vivid dreams, strange encounters, heightened anxiety, and unexplainable conflicts. Betrayals feel sharper. Friendships that once felt solid are cracking. Some are experiencing periods of deep isolation, as though they've been pulled away from everyone they know. It's easy to think these things are random, but what if they're not? What if they're the final tests before the breakthrough, the enemy's last stand before you step into your destiny? It's no accident that these battles are happening right before the portal opens. The forces of darkness always resist the light just before it breaks through. But this resistance is also a sign that you're on the right path. Just as the night feels coldest before dawn, the opposition feels strongest just before the shift. And if you're experiencing this, if you're walking through a season of betrayal, isolation, or spiritual attack, know this: you are not being destroyed. You are being refined. You are being positioned. You are being prepared for what's coming. Because what's coming after September 28th isn't just another season. It's an invitation to live at a higher level of consciousness, to break free from the old cycles that have bound you, and to step fully into who you were created to be. This isn't about fear. This is about empowerment. This is about knowing that you are not a victim of these times, but a participant in a divine story. Every challenge you've faced, every battle you've fought, has been leading you to this moment. You're here because you're meant to be part of the shift. You're here because you carry something the world needs on the other side of this portal. So as the date approaches, don't focus on the chaos around you. Focus on what's happening within you. Pay attention to your dreams. Notice the signs. Trust your intuition. This is your time to release the old fears, old patterns, old attachments, and open yourself to the new. Because the 999 alignment is not just about the world changing. It's about you changing. It's about your soul stepping into its next chapter. The mysterious 999 alignment on September 28th isn't just a calendar event. It's a cosmic invitation. It's a reminder that endings are not to be feared but embraced, because they always make way for new beginnings. And while the world may seem chaotic, know that this chaos is the birth pangs of something new. You are not here by accident. You are not watching this by chance. You are part of a generation called to rise, to awaken, and to walk through the portal into a higher reality. Number 2. As this mysterious portal draws closer, many are beginning to wonder why only some people feel its pull. Why is it that certain souls feel the energy of 999 deep in their bones, while others pass the date by as though it's just another number on the calendar? This is because not every soul is called to the same work at the same time. There are those who have been prepared for years, even lifetimes, to stand at the forefront of change. These are the ones who feel the rumbling beneath the surface, the stirring of something vast and sacred. They are the chosen ones, the people who carry within them a blueprint for a higher timeline for humanity. Their journey has not been easy, and it was never meant to be. They are not just witnesses to this shift, they are participants in its birth. Think of them as spiritual midwives. Just as a midwife helps bring new life into the world, the chosen ones are here to help humanity birth a new era. They are not saviors or heroes in the traditional sense, but rather channels through which the energy of transformation can flow. For many of them, their lives have been marked by intense struggle, loss, and separation, not because they were cursed, but because they were being stripped of everything that might prevent them from fulfilling their purpose. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every time they were misunderstood or mocked for their beliefs, has been shaping them into people who can hold space for the new, even as the old collapses. This is why 999 resonates so deeply with them. It is not just a number, it is a personal awakening code. When the chosen ones encounter 999 on clocks, receipts, or random street signs, it is like the universe whispering directly to them. It's a signal that the cycle they've been living is ending. It's a confirmation that karmic ties are dissolving, that toxic relationships and false identities are falling away. For many, this time feels like the shedding of an old skin, an uncomfortable but necessary process that reveals the truth beneath. It is the soul's way of making room for its divine purpose to finally emerge. But this portal is not just a doorway, it's also a mirror. As the energy of 999 intensifies, it reflects back to each of us exactly where we stand. Those who have aligned themselves with truth will find doors opening, opportunities arriving, clarity appearing, connections forming seemingly out of nowhere. It will feel as if the universe itself is conspiring to move them forward. But for those clinging to deception, whether by choice or out of fear, the opposite will happen. Doors will close, false structures will crumble, hidden motives will be exposed. The 999 portal is not simply about destiny, it's about accountability. It's about bringing everything into the light, our choices, our intentions, our hidden patterns, and letting the truth determine what can move forward and what must end. For the chosen ones, this can be both exhilarating and daunting. To stand in this mirror means you cannot hide from yourself. Every wound, every shadow, every unhealed part of you rises to the surface for cleansing. But this is not punishment, it's preparation. The universe is saying, I need you clear, I need you whole, I need you ready. Because to carry the vibration of 999 is to hold the energy of completion and new beginnings all at once. It's to be a living bridge between what has been and what is coming. And so as September 28th approaches, many chosen ones may find their lives shifting rapidly. Old friends drift away, new faces appear. Jobs end unexpectedly, new paths open up. Habits that once felt comforting now feel heavy. This is the shedding. This is the soul rearranging its life to make room for its true assignment. If you're feeling this, you're not losing yourself, you're discovering yourself. You're not falling apart, you're being reassembled. This is why the portal feels so intense. It's not just a gateway to some distant spiritual event. It's a living, breathing energy that interacts with you personally. It calls you to rise. It calls you to release. It calls you to embody the truth of who you are without apology. And as you do, you help anchor that truth for the collective. You become a lighthouse in the storm, a signal that says, there is a new way and it is possible. In this way, the chosen ones are not separate from humanity, but deeply woven into its transformation. They are the hands and hearts of this shift, birthing a higher timeline not by force, but by living it, by embodying it, by holding space for others to awaken when their time comes. And the 999 alignment is the moment the call becomes undeniable, the moment when their preparation meets their purpose. This portal is both a test and a promise. It tests our willingness to let go of what no longer serves, and it promises that if we do, something far greater will take its place. It holds up the mirror so we can see ourselves clearly, and then it offers us a door to walk through, but only we can choose to step into it. Only we can decide to release the old skins, the old stories, the old fears, and step into the light of our own becoming. Number 3. After the portal of September 28th opens and its energy peaks, something begins to shift almost immediately. For the chosen ones, the ones who have been walking through the storms, carrying unseen burdens, shedding the skins of old identities, the change feels almost electric. It's as though the air itself carries a new charge, and the invisible currents of life start moving in different directions. Intuition, which may have already been strong, sharpens like a blade. Signs and synchronicities that once seemed occasional now appear daily, even hourly, confirming that reality is responding to your energy in ways you can't ignore. Manifestations accelerate, not because you're suddenly more powerful, but because the density of the old timelines is dissolving. Thoughts, words, and intentions move faster in this new frequency, so you begin to see your inner world reflected in the outer world with unprecedented clarity. With this acceleration comes something else, a clearer separation between light and darkness. Situations that once felt ambiguous now reveal their true nature. People's intentions become more obvious, systems show their cracks, and masks fall away. In some ways, life feels lighter because you're no longer dragging the same weight behind you, but it also feels more urgent. There's a sense that time is not what it once was, that decisions matter more now, that the stakes are higher because the energy is sharper. The portal isn't just a doorway, it's a filter. And as you walk through it, what you carry with you becomes magnified, for better or for worse. This is why September 28th marks a point of no return. Once the 999 portal closes, the divergence of timelines begins in earnest. Some will rise into a higher vibration, moving with more grace, clarity, and alignment. Others will remain in the cycles they've known, repeating old lessons, caught in old patterns, until they're ready to break free. It's not about punishment, it's about resonance. The portal creates a moment of grace, a window of power that allows for rapid transformation. But like all windows, it doesn't stay open forever. It is brief, but within its briefness lies a potency that can change the trajectory of your life if you're willing to step through fully without clinging to what's crumbling behind you. And yet this shift is not only individual, it ripples outward into the collective consciousness. As more chosen ones awaken, they form a kind of energetic network, a grid of light that spans across the world. Every time one person releases a toxic pattern, forgives a betrayal, steps into their authentic self, or speaks truth where silence once lived, it sends a signal into the field of humanity. Systems built on deception begin to feel the pressure of that signal. Structures that once seemed immovable, corrupt institutions, hidden agendas, manipulative narratives start to crumble faster. They may fight back harder, but their foundations are already weakening. And this is exactly what we're seeing now. The hidden power structures sense the shift. They feel the rising frequency of human consciousness, and like any old system, they resist change. This resistance shows up as turbulence in world events, chaos in politics, economic instability, strange conflicts, divisive narratives spreading like wildfire. But this turbulence is not a sign of failure, it's a sign of exposure. It's what happens when the light shines on what has been hidden for too long. Darkness cannot survive in the open for long, so it lashes out in an attempt to hold its ground. But every lash, every outburst, only reveals more of itself and accelerates its own undoing. For the chosen ones, this period may feel like standing in the eye of a storm. On the outside, systems shake and crumble. On the inside, you're being asked to remain anchored, to stay in your light, to trust that even in the chaos there is a higher order at work. The portal is not about escaping the world, but about embodying a new frequency within it. As you do, you become a stabilizing force, not just for yourself, but for those around you. You become proof that another way of living, another way of being, is possible, even as the old world shudders and fades. This is the great paradox of the 999 portal. It is both deeply personal and profoundly collective. It calls you inward to shed your old skin, and it calls you outward to hold space for a world in transition. It asks you to trust your intuition like never before, because your intuition is now one of the clearest tools you have for navigating the new terrain. And it asks you to move with urgency, not in fear, but in purpose. Because this is a moment of alignment unlike any we've seen in generations, and those who seize it will find themselves walking paths they once only dreamed of, paths they were destined for all along. Number 4. As the energy of the 999 portal swells to its peak, something strange begins to happen in the world around us. Just before a great unveiling, the illusions always seem to intensify. It's like the darkness sensing that its time is short, scrambling to weave one last web before the light exposes it completely. In these days, false leaders rise and speak louder, fake narratives flood our screens, and deceptive energies try to appear stronger than they are. It can feel overwhelming, even disheartening, to watch the noise grow so loud. But understand this is not a sign of failure. This is the last gasp of a dying system. These are the birth pangs of a world that can no longer sustain the lies it was built on. When a storm is about to break, the winds howl the loudest. When the night is almost over, the darkness feels deepest. What you are witnessing now, on the news, in your communities, even in your personal life, is not a strengthening of deception, but its unraveling. The old order cannot simply vanish quietly. It flails, it clings, it tries to hold your attention, to draw you back into fear, but it's losing its grip. Every outburst, every shocking revelation, every attempt to manipulate is actually evidence that its foundations are crumbling. For the chosen ones, this is not the time to despair. This is the time to anchor. This is the time to remember why you've walked the road you've walked, why you've endured the trials you've endured. You were prepared for this moment. And here, where the mystery of 999 reaches its most powerful meaning. This number doesn't just signal completion, it's a bridge. It's the final stepping stone before something brand new emerges. If 999 represents the ending of a cycle, then what comes after is 0, the divine reset, the clean slate, the uncharted field of possibility. It's not just the end of something, it's the birth of a brand new spiritual blueprint. Everything you've been through, the karmic lessons, the losses, the initiations, has been leading you here to the edge of this bridge. And as you step across, you're not just leaving something behind. You're stepping into the vibrational space where the new can be born. For the chosen ones, this is more than just an interesting concept. This is their graduation moment. They've been in training for lifetimes, holding light in a world built on shadows, carrying a higher frequency even when it cost them everything. And now, the call is shifting. The season of preparation is giving way to the season of mission. As 999 becomes 0, they are being invited to step fully into their assignments, to embody the new frequency not just in their private lives, but in the world. This is when leaders emerge, not the kind of leaders who demand followers, but the kind who quietly light the path so others can see. This is when healers, teachers, artists, innovators, and everyday people carrying extraordinary wisdom rise into their roles. They don't have to be perfect. They just have to be willing. And for those who feel this stirring in their hearts, it's important to remember that this moment is not about perfection. It's about alignment. It's about trust. It's about courage. You've been walking through the fire so that when the illusions fall away, you can stand in the truth without flinching. You've been learning how to see clearly so that when the veils lift, you won't be blinded by the light. The world will need steady souls when the noise peaks. And that steadiness is exactly what the chosen ones have been forged to embody. So if the days ahead feel strange, if you see the illusions intensify, the narratives clash, the noise rise, don't lose heart, don't be pulled into the chaos. Remember what it means, remember what's coming, because on the other side of 999 is not collapse, it's rebirth. It's not the end of the story, it's the beginning of a brand new chapter that you were born to help write. Number 5. As the days lead up to September 28th, a quiet but undeniable transformation begins to unfold within those who have walked through the fire. The chosen ones, those who have endured betrayal, isolation, and relentless tests, will emerge carrying something they didn't have before. It isn't something you can buy, and it isn't something anyone can take from you. It is a crown. Not a physical crown of gold and jewels, but a spiritual crown, invisible to the world, yet undeniable in the realm of the spirit. This crown represents new authority, not over people, but over the very energies that once tried to destroy you. It's not about titles or recognition in the eyes of society. It's about divine acknowledgement, being marked for higher service, sealed for your next assignment. This crown is not flashy, it won't make headlines or draw cameras, but when you wear it, everything shifts. Your voice carries more weight, your presence brings more peace, your prayers move faster because they are aligned with a higher will. The spiritual realm recognizes the crown even when the physical world does not. Angels see it, energies see it. Doors that were once closed swing open because you are no longer moving as you once were. You've graduated from preparation into commission. The authority you carry is quiet but unshakable, born not from comfort but from perseverance. It's the reward for walking through the trials without losing your soul, for holding on to faith when everything tried to rip it from your hands. And as you carry this crown, the call becomes clearer than ever. The chosen ones are being summoned now, not to hide, but to rise. This is not the season to blend into the noise or drown in distractions. This is the season to anchor yourself in practices that keep you steady and clear, grounding yourself in nature, fasting from what dulls your spirit, praying not just for yourself, but for the collective, speaking affirmations that align you with truth. Consciously detaching from the endless stream of digital noise, from the narratives designed to keep you fearful or confused. These are not religious duties, they are spiritual lifelines. They keep your frequency steady while the old systems tremble and the illusions intensify. This is your moment to center, to prepare, to step into your authority without fear, because this is not a season of panic or hiding. This is a season of empowerment. The 999 portal is not here to scare you, it's here to elevate you. It's here to strip away what isn't you so that what is truly you can stand tall and radiant. It's here to crown you, not for your comfort, but for your calling. And that calling is about to become clearer, louder, and more undeniable than ever before. As you move through these days, remember that the world may not understand what's happening, but your soul does. It's been preparing for this. It's been waiting for this. The crown you're receiving is not a reward for perfection, but for endurance, for faithfulness, for holding the light when it was hardest. And now, as the portal opens and the old gives way to the new, you're being positioned to lead, not with ego, but with love. Not by controlling, but by illuminating. Not by shouting, but by embodying the truth so deeply that it becomes a beacon for others. This is your season of final preparation and empowerment. This is your moment to step into alignment, to ground yourself, to listen to the still, small voice inside you, and to trust that you are exactly where you need to be. The crown is already being placed. The call has already gone out. The only question now is, will you answer it fully? Will you walk through the portal with open hands, ready to let go of what no longer serves, ready to carry what you were born to carry? The time is now. The world is waiting, and you, chosen one, are rising. September 28th is here, and the final 999 portal is opening. This isn't just a date, it's a divine invitation for the chosen ones to step fully into their purpose, release what no longer serves them, and rise into a new timeline. The challenges, betrayals, and spiritual battles you faced, they were all preparing you for this moment. Now, it's time to claim your power, embrace your truth, and move into alignment with your highest destiny. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to stay connected with this community of awakened souls walking the chosen path. And comment below, share how you're preparing for this shift, or what the 999 portal means to you. Let's step into this new era together, fully aware and fully empowered. The portal is open. Will you step through?